This week on Bad Brackets, let's go out to the ball game. Hello and welcome to another edition of Bad Brackets, episode number 11. And this week, in honor of Major League Baseball starting in full this week, I know the Dodgers and Padres have already gotten a couple of games, and congratulations to whoever won. We're recording this a bit early, but we wanted to talk about, the food that you get when you go to a ballpark or a basketball game or a football game or any of that stuff, the concession stand food. That's what we want to get to. It's going to be super generic. I know there are some ridiculous specialties out there. One example that we talked about off air was a Dodger dog is obviously very popular for the Los Angeles Dodgers, but it's a hot dog. So there's special burgers out there. There's special hot dogs. There's special fries. There's special all sorts of stuff. You go back to what it is generically, and that is where it will list. So I didn't go through and look at all the different menu items. I'm not rich. I can't go around and go to all the different stadiums and try all this stuff. All right. So we're just going with the generic versions of all of this stuff. With me today is Mr. Robert Hagan.
It is a good thing. You make a great point. Denise said the same thing. The best food at a ballpark is the cheap one.
Cheap one.
I trying to find the cheap one.
Forgot to introduce Robert as a two-time winner, Mr. Robert Hagan. I also like to introduce another two-time winner in Sean Garmer.
Hey, how's it going?
And our only three-time winner through the first 10 episodes, Erik Watkins. Welcome back.
The only thing you need to do is if you ever make a pilgrimage, as I should hopefully be doing next season, I'm getting it planned out. Go down to Marklight Field, get a Marklight shake. They've got the special ones. You won't regret it. You won't regret it.
There's always some really good food. All right, let's get into the rules here. For those that have not watched a show yet, I know these guys know all about it, but for those at home, each of these guys are going to go ahead and get three possible items. They're going to go in a snake draft format. We will randomly select who goes first here in a moment. Points will be given based on where that item they guessed ends up on the bracket. So if it's a 14 seed, you get 14 points. This is episode 11. Through the first 10 episodes, I finally got a database together. So I'm letting you know right now that there is one seed left out of the 24 possible that has never been guessed in our draft format. If one of these three are able to guess the item that ends up on that seed, and I'm not going to tell you where that seed is, 3 bonus points are up for grabs. And if you've watched any of these episodes, 3 points can sway who wins and loses. That's for sure. But if you pick an item, it's not on the bracket at all. You get absolutely nothing. Before the show, each of these guys were able to give me their final four and their champion. Their final four is right. They get 2 points. Get the champion right. They get 5 full points. Any questions at all?
No, sir.
I mean, I had not a question, but an idea, but
Okay.
I'll keep it to myself.
Okay, we'll talk about it off air then. Get the idea. But let's get to it. Let's go ahead and spin the wheel. And Robert Hagan continues to whine that he was the first pick of our very first episode. Since then, he has been pick number 3 in every single episode that he has been a part of. Inside Baseball, we were trying to record this earlier. Unfortunately, Harry Broadhurst had some tech issues, unable to continue the episode. It was the same stuff that was hitting him last week. So we luckily got Sean Garmer as backup, and we appreciate him for hopping in. We got as far as Robert getting the number 1 pick. It's off the board, sir. You got to earn it again. See what happens.
I figured as much. Here we go. Big bucks, no whammies. Stop.
It's a different game.
Oh,
It did stop.
Oh!
Right?
Oh, wow.
Robert
So
Hagen.
close.
Hagen said stop. Hagen said to stop. Sean, for hopping in at the last minute, gets the very first pick.
No whammy. Stop.
Oh, God. It did it again. It did.
Oh, he doesn't like Robert today.
He's
See,
back.
you're a victim of the slide change. Whenever you say stop, sometimes, especially in the original run, the slides changed value. So
There you go. Just to show that Hagen can get picked. Sorry, Robert. That's just how it goes.
That's how the cookie crumbles.
Yeah. Let me remind myself what the special seed is before we get going, just so I have it on the back of my mind. All right, Sean Garmer, give me your first pick, sir.
Okay. Let's go with the cheesesteak.
Cheesesteak.
a nice big jumbo pretzel.
Jumbo pretzel. Robert, you get back to back.
I'm going to go back to back. I'm going to go with one
You get to go back to back, so you can go back to back.
I'm
glad you understand the way the snake draft works.
It's just got to happen. I'm going cotton candy.
That's a good one.
Okay.
And the other one, I know it's probably lower points, but I'm going to go with a good old chips and cheese or a nacho, however you want to call it.
Nachos? Is that where we're going? Nachos?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, there are places that throw cheese on chips and go, that's nachos. And I guess we'll count it, but sure. Eric, back to you.
I'm gonna go. You don't see it often, and I get for good reason, but it's done right more often than you think. A pizza.
Pizza. Mm-hmm. Sean, back to you.
Let's go with I had popcorn.
Popcorn. Get it everywhere. All right. Last one.
Already thinking ahead from mine.
Yeah, I don't know if Sean's thinking or not, but
does he know what it means to go?
He doesn't know what a snake draft means either.
No, I do. I'm just thinking because I don't want to go with the two obvious ones.
Right. There's some interesting stuff on here, by the way. Huh?
Corn dog.
Corn dog.
I almost took that one. That one was on my infamous big board. But with this, I mentioned it as we started. A lot of good places have them. Milkshake.
Yeah.
It's not a food.
Really? Dog bugger.
All right, you can put it in there. You want it?
Technically, you can put food in it.
It has ice cream in it.
Yeah.
I tried a beverage earlier, but
you tried
I was
beer.
told I tried
a milkshake. Yeah, that counts as food.
I mean,
there's ice cream in a milkshake. So
thank you. Beer is just beer. Hops, barley, water.
With that being said, have you ever had a Red Robin Blue Moon milkshake?
Oh,
no, but with my previous experiences with Blue Moon, that sounds like something that could be redeeming.
All right, one more pick, Hagen.
I am going to go with something I think is not super obvious, but sunflower seeds.
Okay, interesting.
Sunflower seeds.
Especially baseball. Yeah, that's a big one.
I can promise you right now, someone's going to be upset. Who's it going to be? We'll find out. All right, let's go ahead. Jump right into the bracket. And I did say that somebody was going to get upset, but not in this matchup because we're giving away some points.
Oh.
With the old pizza.
Hey, a pizza pie. All right.
And the 19 seed.
Fries.
Very plain looking bowl of French fries. That's what the PDF I was able, or the PNG I was able to find. So French fries and pizza. Who moves on? No, but I'll tell you right now, one of you guessed one that was originally on the list. Things got moved around, and I just now realized it never made it back on the list. So, whoopsies on my part. But a joke had to have been made in a certain spot, and I forgot to then reslot said thing. So, whoops. All right. But right now, let's see what wins: pizza or French fries. French fries? I mean, I guess at a ballpark, I understand. Eric, why'd you go pizza?
Yeah. I mean, again, you're limited on options because with ballpark infrastructure, I get it. But sometimes, especially get the bigger slices, folded up, easy to eat, less messy unless they go heavy on the grease, which not entirely terrible. But yeah, nice, convenient, pairs well with beer. Just saying.
Hagen, why'd you go French fries?
Hey, just one of those common things that you see around any of the parks anymore. You know, we talk about Safeco's garlic fries, but it's become a staple, and it's not just the popcorn and peanuts anymore.
And Sean?
Yeah, pizza's just not something I like to have when I go to the stadium. I'd rather just have some fries, and you can put anything on fries a lot of times, so that's good.
Yeah, and usually you don't go to a ballpark and they have like these special kind of pizza that like you're dying to have. You go to a pizza place for that kind of stuff. Fries can definitely work.
And you could say it. We just said it a minute ago with nachos and cheese. It goes on anything, but it's the same as what's very popular up in Toronto. And give me some poutine, you know. There you go. Poutine based fries.
I will give credit. You could also do pizza fries. I've had them, and they are equally delicious. So, a nice meeting of the minds.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next matchup in this quadrant. And your 11th seed, the old pulled pork sandwich. One of my favorites during the NAIA World Series. And a churro.
Churro.
Which one moves on? All right, you guys ready?
You're ready.
Yep.
Let's see them. All right, clean sweep, pulled pork sandwiches. Anybody like a churro?
I do, but they've got to be done right. That's harder than it looks. I speak from experience.
We'll talk about the pulled pork sandwich when we get to a matchup it will have some competition with. So let's move on to the 3 seed. So French fries will go up against an old classic. And it's in the song for baseball, right? Cracker Jacks. So it's got to be seated high. I mean, it's part of a very classic song. Cracker Jacks, fries. All right, you guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
Who moves on to the to the finals of this bracket? Oh, we did have one for Cracker Jacks. Literally, this was what I felt was a weaker 3 seed. I don't mind Cracker Jacks. I don't remember the last time I had them, to be straight fair. You can't really buy them at a lot of the ballparks anymore. But Sean, why'd you go Cracker Jacks?
It was a pity vote. I figured fries was going to win. It's one of those like. I grew up with Cracker Jacks. My grandparents always seemed to have them around, and I still will get a bag here and there at the store to this day. But you know, it's not one of those things that unless it's the cheapest thing at the ballpark, which possibly could be, then I'm probably not going to get that there.
Can you find them anyplace? I know I don't see. I haven't seen an NAIA in a few years. Do they sell them at NAIA? I don't think so.
Yeah, it's because they're not really like they're not something like probably the kids today will even know what that is. You know?
Yeah, you used to be able to find them in stores. I know I did growing up because they were some of my mom's favorites, but they've just all but vanished the last few years.
That's fair. That's fair. So fries, move on. Now I'm going to let you guys have the option. I have not revealed this one yet, but this was the joke one that I had thrown in, and then when things got moved around, the one that it had taken its place for at the moment, I forgot to put back into the bracket. Are you guys cool with me just bringing up the random picture of the joke one that I was going to put up, or and leave it as is? Or are you cool with me going, here's a picture of something, but it's really this?
Do it for the memes, like you
Yes.
did to me back when we did the Super Bowl moments one.
I can't really change it, but so we're cool with this picture doesn't mean anything.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm fine.
I'm
with
not going to
that.
go back and do all my editing and stuff because it takes a while. But your 6th seed was a joke, and then things got moved around anyways. But was going to be a chili cheese hot dog because it's a different kind of a hot dog, and I was going to have people all mad at me because I was saying it has to be original stuff. But I did take out of the 6th seed spot the Philly cheesesteak. And then when Sean brought it up on the draft, I went, I looked at my list.
No, how do you? That
No,
is messed up.
It was the 6th seed. And I just, when I was looking at my thing going, it never made it back on there. So this is
Wow.
legit. It's the Philly cheesesteak. It was only supposed to move down a spot or two to make the joke to get people mad at me. And then I don't want people that mad at me. Philly cheesesteak is legit the 6th seed. Maybe in editing, as I learned Adobe Premiere, I'll put the cheesesteak thing there. And then we'll just talk about whatever.
Remember, folks, Randy Isbell, ISBELLE.
Hey, I fixed that level of rancidness. All right, that was even too rancid for me.
Surprise, surprise! We finally found a red line that you won't cross. I never thought I'd see the day.
Sean, you guessed that first, and I went, that's a good guess. It's not going to be worth points. And I looked at my list over here because now with the big graphics and stuff, I keep the list open so I can look. And I went, where is it? I had the graphic for it. Why? So my bad. So
I was going to say that'd be really rancid there.
That would have been really bad. So Philly cheesesteak or pulled pork sandwich.
So that was the 6, right?
Yes.
Okay.
6 points for Sean.
I'm using you again, sir, because guess what my bracket is at school
you're
this week.
stealing. I'll send you the list afterwards. You don't have to type it up as we go.
Oh no, I'm just writing it down.
Oh, you're good. Who moves on? Anybody?
Oh,
there we go. All right. So the chili hot dog is going to move on.
that is actually my favorite kind of hot dog.
I agree, and it was going to be the joke of nothing special, and then I was going to throw a I was going to be rancid, and then I screwed it up by being
outrancid your own rancidness.
I did. All right. Anybody? So we didn't talk about pulled pork sandwiches before. Anybody really like them like me?
Yes.
I mean, I do, especially when you have just the right sauce, everything on them, because pulled pork by itself, it's good, but you have to have the right sauce.
The sauce.
It just makes it perfect.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take it a step farther, and Randy knows this because they do it at NAIA. Let me set it up for you. How about a pulled pork sundae?
What?
Randy, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Pulled pork in the cup. And it's coleslaw and was it mashed potatoes that's in there?
Wow, because
barbecue sauce, cheese, bacon bits, and it's put in a cup, and it looks like a sundae with all the layers.
Wow.
And pulled pork.
I went that route for a while, and then I was brought to the attention of the mac and cheese brisket, and I haven't gone back. I haven't gone
mac
back.
and cheese brisket is
because
great.
I'm gonna tell you right now. You made the wise choice with the mac and cheese brisket. That pulled pork sundae is perfect, save for the coleslaw. I'm sorry, I am not a coleslaw guy. Everything else,
you can mess up a coleslaw so fast. Like if the coleslaw is really good, coleslaw is fantastic. But I've had far more types of coleslaw that I went, nope, not for me. Then I've had to absolutely like it. So the images here are incorrect. Hopefully in post, I fixed it. But fries and Philly cheesesteak. Who moves on to the final four? Sean, I'm so glad you picked it as a thing and brought it up to my attention that it's not on my list. Though I kind of wish I would have just ran with it anyways, because we might have finally gotten comments that weren't Sean. I think we've had 4 comments ever in it. Well, I guess we've had 4. 2 were Sean, 2 were Chris Picard, who watches our show sometimes. But all right, who moves on to the final 4? Let's go with the slow thing. Eric knows last week I was nearly perfect, but I have a feeling this is a clean sweep. But let's go Robert first. All right, never mind. Sean. All right, 1 for 1. And Eric, go ahead and break the tie.
Bam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad I went Robert first because he surprised me there a little bit. But why'd you go fries all the way there, Robert?
You know, we're right next to Idaho. You can doctor them up any way you want it. I actually had fries with cheese sauce this week. I had fries with special sauce. I've had poutine. I love fries and gravy. You can make them whatever you want. The same with a cheesesteak. I mean, you can add onions, you can add mushrooms, but there's just something about sitting with a tray of fries in front of you with either some ketchup or cheese sauce.
Someone's
I think it's
Mariner
cleaner.
fan, and he's thinking garlic fries and going nuts. All right, we are through the first round. Eric with a lead, 14-6-0. We still have 3 quadrants left to go. Robert, not on the board yet. Are you worried at all that some of yours will not be on this list?
Nah, not at all.
All right, let's find out as we go to the second quadrant and your 15 seed. How about some good old chicken? Oh, I'm not on my thing.
I was about to say.
All right, let's try that again. All right, let's move on to the second quadrant. And let's look at your 15 seed. Some good old chicken fingers. Or the 18 seed and points for the most generic looking corn dog of all the corn dogs. Chicken fingers or corn dogs? Who moves on?
Damn you, Garmer!
I like that most of the pictures that I found for this food were not appetizing at all. But like you have to have the ones that have the clear backgrounds to be able to put on here. Some of them I've had to go in and doctor myself, but usually the ones that have the clear backgrounds are super generic like this. But
well, as long as you don't make any other kind of Photoshop mistakes, like a famous one that made the news about a week or 2 ago, you'll be fine.
I don't even think I want to know. All right, who moves on to the second round? Chicken fingers or corn dogs? Corn dogs. Move on. Shocking to me.
He didn't even take his own one.
Well, no, Robert. Again, I know you've only been on the show 7 times, but the ones you pick in the draft, you don't get the bonus points for. So those aren't the ones you're voting through. Just because he put it on his board doesn't mean that he's trying to get the bonus points with.
Well, I understand.
How many times have I voted against my own stuff and it's still
last week?
Listen, you pick restaurants like what was that restaurant?
Jollibees.
Jollibees. What the chicken is that?
Yeah. Hey, you're making fun of the guy that has more wins than you.
Thank you. And again, if the wonderful people at Jollibees are listening, there's a sponsorship ready and available. Increase your footprint. Someone knows about you.
Sean, why'd you go chicken fingers?
Because when I would think about corn dog, I always have the corn dog the same way. You just have mustard or whatever, and I don't really think about put stuff on it. With chicken fingers, like they can put different spices on there, and then of course chicken fingers is all about the sauce. Mm-hmm. So if you have the right sauce for the chicken fingers, oh my god, you can have an awesome dish right there. You can get people to come to your stadium for that. But I don't ever think of let me go to the stadium for this corn dog. I don't know.
So I've been having fun doing this whole bonus points deal. bonus point if any of you three are able to decipher the theme of that matchup.
Breading?
Can you put it back up?
Chicken fingers and corn dogs. The pictures had nothing to do with it.
Like breading, covering, and breading?
Nope.
Bugger.
Both start with a C.
It's a good guess. I have done that before.
Which came first, the chicken or the egg?
Corn dog have to do with an egg.
Well, you have to bread the chicken strips, right?
Look,
No.
look, I'm normally the one that goes philosophical, and that's for left field even for me.
I know
so-
Easter's in a few weeks, but
No, they're both on the kids menu.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Nah.
Okay.
Thank you. No points. No points rewarded. However, there will be points awarded here. This one a controversial pick again with the chili cheese dog, but I think these are different enough because usually they are completely different than their other versions, but sliders.
Okay.
They're similar to hamburgers, but I think they're different enough. But the points, big points. Good old cotton candy. Sliders versus cotton candy. Hagen, welcome back to the game, sir.
I never left. You know that.
I don't know. Mentally, I never know with you. All right. Who moves on? Sliders, cotton candy.
I'm ready to begin my razzing, so let me have it.
Why would we razz you for picking the higher seed? And Eric agreeing with you.
Yeah.
And Sean agreeing with you. How dare you have a boring opinion?
So here's why: is I don't like cotton candy, but I knew cotton
I don't-
candy
who
had to be on the
does?
list.
Cotton candy's
Ooh,
great
nice.
for like once in a whenever. Like I am not-
Exactly.
yeah,
If you're
it's
going-
not. Like
You know,
if my daughter's with me at the game, I'll go get some cotton candy. I'm not
Exactly.
getting it for myself.
If the kid
Ballpark, if you're at a fair, that's about
Yeah.
it.
I will say I'm not a big fan of cotton candy. However, if the kid buys cotton candy or I have to buy cotton candy because that's what the kid wants, I will sneak bites of it.
Oh
I
yeah.
will, will say that. All right, let's move on to your number 2 seed. Another Ballpark classic, peanuts. Peanuts and a corn dog. All right. Let's see the winner. Corn dog almost got the win. That was scary. Eric, why'd you go corn dog?
Because, especially with me, I like peanuts. I get them from time to time at the store, but they're not something I especially go to a game for unless they have the cinnamon sugar or honey roasted peanuts with those topped with them. I
Honey
would
roasted
get
peanuts
those.
is big.
Yeah, but even then, I go ahead and I can get a jar from the store. I can even make some myself. Corn dogs, it's all time one of mine. Always resonates with me in my heart. I had to give the vote.
I'm going to disagree with you just a little bit, and here's why. The peanuts are at the ballpark for a reason. You're cracking the shell open. You're stepping on the shells. You're hearing that sound of the breaking of the peanuts and having them there. There's just something about breaking them out of the shell during a game. It's that slight little pause in between a pitch, you know.
Actually, let me go ahead and go back to this screen so everyone can have a look at the one guy over here that the PA announcers yell at. And Robert's one of those PA announcers yelling at the people. Take your shells and put them in a cup. Not step on them on the floor. Robert just admitting that he's one of those people.
Besides, I just love to skip that process altogether and not get them in the shell. Or if in
I'll agree
between
there. I'd
pitches,
rather just
So
not.
you're saying that you don't want to work for your food. You
Not
want
that-
you want
not in that sense.
You want instant gratification of reaching into the bag and just putting them in your mouth.
look,
Yeah.
look,
There's
let's-
nothing wrong
I'm
with
just
that.
saying.
Look.
look. as someone who knows about various lengths of time for gratification, all right.
No,
Sometimes
Oh,
it's
man.
no,
This,
no,
this is
no.
sort of
I
a
blame
family
Hagen for this.
No,
No,
no.
no. Moving on, your 7th seed
Woo!
to take on Sliders. The big boy. How about hamburger, cheeseburger, whatever you like? So we got Peanuts on one half of the final. Who moves on? Big hamburgers, little Sliders. Burgers move on. Eric, I can understand your thought process though. Sliders, I think obviously the smaller consumption of it. Ballparks can get really creative with it. But I do
And-
think that the other two are more staples. But go ahead.
Yeah, they're more staples, but if you think about it, would you rather have, and I can already tell, but just hear me out on this, rather have the one larger, singular focused burger or your mini sliders where you can get a variety of them? Say one cheeseburger, one topped with other stuff, one with other things. Like get 3 of them all together. That way you're not mixing extra condiments all on one burger and making it sloppy.
It's fair.
See, I restrained myself. I had something for that, but
It's growth. It's growth, Eric, and I appreciate your mental and
The mental fortitude.
censorship growth here on Bad Brackets through 11 episodes. All right, which else makes it in to the final 4 to take on Philly cheesesteak? All right, I got it right last time. Which one of you 3 is gonna go wild and say Peanuts? Hagen. Yes, Eric. Sean. Yes. Look at me.
You guys are
I have
all messed
figured
up.
this out. I figured
you're on
it
a
out.
roll, sir. You're on a roll.
How long?
This is the game within the game.
How long is the game? Game is only meant for snacks, not meals, not burgers, fries, peanuts.
As a radio
Hey.
guy, I am 1,000% with you. I snack. I don't eat the big meals.
As somebody that doesn't have a bunch of money to
I,
spend,
I guess
constantly,
it's the age.
I will just buy one thing. I
don't
go to baseball. If I go to a football game, basketball game, I'm gonna buy one thing. That's it. And
I mean, if you think about it, if you're thinking with the length of time, especially again, what would you rather have absorb with your first couple beers, especially if it's a thirsty Thursday? You get the first couple innings under your belt, and then by the time you get to the late drama, 7th, 8th, 9th, or even extras, everything is done and dusted, and you're right in a good mood.
Salted shelled peanuts soak up the beverage quite well.
Yes, but do you have any idea when you're a couple of vodka specials in, or if you got the really strong IPAs, how hard it is to shell those peanuts?
So do you remember the game? I want to know. Do you remember the game, or do you?
Eric is a Tampa Bay Rays fan. There are many reasons he would like to forget.
Especially some moments at last year, and then even then, when I went to the rivals or the minor league team of the rivals up here in Jacksonville. Oh boy, was that a story. Definitely off air, but it's a story.
13 seed. How about some onion rings?
Oh.
Versus plain old potato chips. Onion rings and potato chips. Which one moves on? All right. Let's see. What you guys got? Onion rings, 2 out of 3. Sean, why'd you go chips?
I hate onions, so can't eat onion rings. I'm definitely not gonna pay whatever that is to
But they taste so much
Eat the one
different than
thing I
just
can't.
eating an onion, though.
I'll eat the like
Mm.
blooming onion or whatever that's small, but not like a big old onion ring 10 times.
Well, I mean, the blooming onion's pretty close.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
Yeah.
Come on now.
Because I'm usually sharing with other people and I can eat like 5 and I'm good. And the onion ring is like, yeah.
I can
Well,
eat
you
like
can share
5 onions.
onion. You can share and eat onion rings with other people, like me. You don't
Yeah.
want the onion rings? Here, I will take them. Thank you very much.
I will send them to you.
Perfect. All right. Onion rings moves on. We get to the next matchup. And I'm just going to tell you right now that we won't get the bonus points because somebody here has an advantage for this next question. So no bonus points here. But this matchup is labeled Randy's go-to snacks when we go to the NAI World Series. Coming up here in about a month or so, 2 months, I don't even know. Time is a weird thing right now. But there are 2 things that I get nearly daily for the long days.
I know.
And
Your
Robert.
fruit bowl.
Yep. The 21 seed is, fruit cup, fruit bowl. It's a fruit waffle cone at the NAI World Series. We have
Ooh.
That sounds
we have
amazing. Fruit.
we have
It
a
is
local orchard here that comes in, and it's all fresh fruit. Excuse me, and they put it in a waffle cone with whipped cream and stuff. We have 4 or 5 days where we have 3+ games at the World Series. I get this every day at the World Series. My bank account hates me at the end of it, but that's okay. The other one, and this is where points come in. I got to go with the jumbo pretzel. That's my snack of choice. Even on the one where we only have the one game, a jumbo pretzel is getting bought. It's a jumbo pretzel or fruit cup / bowl. All right. Before we reveal what you guys picked to move on to the second round, I want to update the points because it's very, very interesting right now. Erik, with his jumbo pretzel, jumped back out into the lead. He has 26 points. Sean has 24. And Robert has 23. 3 points separates these 3 gentlemen. But which one moves on, jumbo pretzels or the fruit bowl?
I have a stipulation with mine.
Yeah, that's fair. Jumbo pretzel does move on. Sean, did I sell you with the fruit cup thing? At the
No,
NAI
I
World
love
Series?
fruit cups. I love buying like those parfaits with the fruit in
Yep.
them from like
Same.
Publix or something. They're awesome. They're refreshing, and I
That's
can
always
totally
my-
tell why you would want to buy one when you go to your.
Yeah, parfaits for me are always my healthy go-to. I eat those a lot too. Robert, I know with cheese is a thing. So here's the other option that they come with jumbo pretzels: salt or no salt. How do you guys
I
go?
am. For me, it just kind of depends on the day. If I'm drinking an adult beverage, then it's with salt. If I'm not, it's without salt.
It's fair. All right, pretzel moves on. What goes up against onion rings? I don't know if you guys will be excited or not, but points will be rewarded with this 4 seed. Not a ton of points, but it is points. And with how close things are, the popcorn to Sean will give him 4 points. So popcorn or onion rings. So Sean did get all 3 of his on there. Let's see who moves on. Okay. I was scared. Popcorn's a go-to snack on and off the field, off and off the court. Popcorn for me all day. Erik, what do you hate against popcorn?
I don't hate popcorn. I've grown to like popcorn, but to me, onion rings have always just been better. Love popcorn, super lunar for onion rings.
It's fair. I knew Sean wasn't going to go onion rings because we've already discussed that. But popcorn moves on. Jumbo Pretzel is going to get the 5 seed. And I have to say, before I even reveal this, I'm with Robert Hagan, and I hate that he put us together and brought up the age thing. I am nowhere near the age range of Robert Hagan, but I'm with him. When I go to a ballpark, snacky stuff over the meal stuff. But as far as meals go, this is the go-to. And, of course, it is the hot dog. Hot dog and the jumbo pretzel.
I got a bit of a story about this one.
Sweet.
A mini vignette.
That's fine. But let's see 3 hot dogs. Yes. I'm even guessing that right. Eric, give me your story.
So, when I covered the Jacksonville Sharks, when they were in the Arena Football League, they're now in another league, a couple of times towards my later tenure, 2015, 2016, I was able to take my mom with me to go ahead and cover the games. She would sit up in the stands. I would be on the sideline and everything, dodging balls, what have you, doing work. When she always said, when do you cover the next game? Because one time she went there, got her a special hot dog right at the arena. Mustard ketchup in particular. Fell in love with them so much. She's like, I want to come to you with another game. Can I get another hot dog the rest of the season and even afterwards? And I'm like, yes, if I have an opportunity, we can go and I will get you a hot dog. I promise. I actually found out they sold the same brand in the store. She fell in love with them even more.
There you go. Yeah, I always love it. Hot dogs are definitely a go-to. But which one moves on to the final 4? Is it popcorn or a hot dog? What do we got? Philly cheesesteak is in the finals, and a hamburger is in the finals, right? That's where we're at. A meal or a snack? Who gets in there? Everybody got your answers?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sean's really excited to show.
No,
Sean, let me see yours.
I think we already know what's gonna
Let me see yours.
win. Oh,
Yeah. Hot dogs. The only person I think that might go popcorn is Hagen. Robert? All right. It's a clean sweep, yeah?
Clean sweep.
Okay.
I love my popcorn, but
Yeah.
but when you're at a ballpark and a baseball game, and I would disagree just a little bit. I don't know if hot dog would be a meal, just because a hot dog, you get a ballpark Frank, it's about 3.5 bites. So I wouldn't consider it a meal.
They're only meals at the corner of Surf and Stillwell every 4th of July in New York with Nathan's. Shout out John Nielsen.
Yeah, for me, I always look at it as somebody that I always refocus on the NAIA World Series because that's a lot of my ballpark going where I actually can get food. And it's a lot of, all right, that game's done. I got 20 minutes. Hot dogs really quick. And it ends up being a meal. But I
always think of popcorn with movies more than
absolutely. All right, your points extremely close. Sean is done with his 3. He's at 28 points. Eric is at 26. He will stay at 26. I already made the joke about milkshakes not being a food, so you know it's not on the bracket, even though I will contest. I totally get the thought process. Robert, 23 points. 2 possibles still on the board, and of course, the bonus points going along with it. And can somebody find the secret answer and the secret seeding and get the 3 bonus points? Well, Robert's the only one left to even have a chance. But Robert, you think you're going to get it?
The bonus? I don't know, man. I don't know if I'll hit it. I think I'm going to get at least a little bit of points with one of these 2 picks, but
yeah, I think this is one to where I'm liking Robert's chances, which if he doesn't, I would be extremely surprised.
We will find out. Does he get points in the 16-17 matchup, though? Your 16 seed. And just sausages.
Mm.
They popped up enough when I was looking up other options.
Okay.
And
So the sausage,
another
huh?
interesting one, fried pickles was very popular when you looked them up
Fried
on
pickles,
different
yeah.
lists. And I like fried pickles as an appetizer. I usually don't get them at a ballpark, but they popped up a lot when I was looking up different things to add to this list. And that's why they both ended up in this spot, because I didn't know where to put them.
Interesting matchup indeed.
And see, and I would say I'm kind of like you. I don't know if I would. I've never got fried pickles at a ballpark.
But apparently they're out there.
hmm.
They showed up on other lists. Again, this ranking is not Randy's ranking of this food. I just look at different lists, put a little personal bias to some of this stuff, come up with some interesting matchups to go along with it. But there's some research that gets done in this. A little rancidness sprinkled on top. We'll get to that here in a second.
Oh no.
I'm so ready. All right, you guys ready?
I am.
Can I give you enough time? Reveal. Clean sweep. I like it. I like fried pickles.
Especially with a little bit of ranch. Oh, they're
Oh
perfect.
yes.
Actually,
Perfect.
Denise and I stopped at Buffalo Wild Wings on the way home yesterday and had fried pickles.
There you go. You absolutely
Yeah.
love it. All right. Your last matchup of the opening rounds out of all these quadrants. Your 9th seed. And points for Robert Hagen. Nachos.
Right there.
And Robert,
Nacho should be higher.
I will allow you to announce this one.
Did I get number 24?
No.
I can't see what it is.
Yeah, the picture's horrible. These are toasted grasshoppers.
Wait, what?
Toasted grasshoppers.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a
You
minute.
know my kids at school are going to go crazy on that.
Yep.
Look here. Of all the times and all the episodes that I caught flack for even mentioning the greatness of Jollibee, knowing that it will soon be cicada season,
Reach
and
on.
you have people who will eat them for reasons unbeknownst to myself and the majority of mankind. You, sir, fried grasshoppers.
Have you ever had one?
No. The only time I could see myself having one is if I'm surviving the apocalypse. Beyond that,
Well, I am here to let you know, and the only reason these even make the list, because yes, we took away ballpark specialties of different foods. So a specialty burger, a specialty hot dog. This is a specialty for the Seattle Mariners. If you go to T-Mobile Park, you can get toasted grasshoppers. I've had them, and they're better than what you would ever expect them to be.
okay, so you're setting the bar way down. I gotta go reach underneath the screen. Yes, everything can be better than stuff down.
Yeah, again,
Even
Give 'em a try.
chocolate covered insects, I could have forgiven. I wouldn't have liked it, but I could have forgiven it. But why is it that you always make me want to either drink or throw things? What is it with you and me in particular? What gives? Why?
I'm just here to have fun. All right, guys, show me grasshoppers.
You lose.
That's
Good
fine. I would have
day,
picked
sir.
nachos too. I would have picked nachos too, to be fair. But it's a 9 seed over the 24 seed. What are you gonna expect?
No, it's a 24 seed. That's like, wait a minute. How did
A
they win their
40 seed.
conference? How did they win their conference tournament with a losing record? What went on here?
They snuck in. What can I
This
tell you?
that was really a bracket buster there.
All right, this one, Robert has brought up caveats before on his picks. This has a caveat. Erik should know this very well because he made this comment, I believe, on another episode when we talked about this one coming up. I even think he's messaged me about it, but this has been the number 1 seed since the moment I had the idea to do this episode. Anybody want 1 bonus point for anybody that can nail it perfectly what the number 1 seed is? I believe Erik is currently in 3rd place. So Erik, you get first dibs.
You put me on the spot. I'm trying to remember what I messaged you about in specific caveats. Not with burgers. Not with this. I am drawing a blank, and I'm probably going to hate myself for it.
So no guess?
No, I got nothing. Damn it.
Sean?
I can't think of anything either.
No? Robert?
Not offhand.
All right, no bonus points. Erik, you're going to hate yourself.
Ice cream in the cup. Sunday in the cup.
Not in the cup. In the plastic helmet.
Oh, wow.
Soft ice cream in a plastic helmet. Erik, when this topic came up, said anything in a plastic helmet. I have a Colorado Rockies helmet upstairs.
Why?
I was trying to give you a bonus point, man, and you couldn't. Like how he messed up and is mad at me for it. I set him up, and he couldn't knock him down.
You see, folks, this is what I have to deal with on a regular basis. And if you tune into the normal show, R&R Sports Report, Tuesdays, 9 to 11 Eastern, 6 to 8 Pacific, I encourage you to look on their Facebook or on their YouTube because this at some point in the near future is going to be referenced and quite heavily. More so if, a certain someone and currently happens to have to guest host. I'm just saying.
I was worried about this episode. I was like, it's going to be kind of a dry one. It turned out pretty good. I'm having a good time. Thank you so much for joining my TED Talk. All right, let's.
Can you pull up the bracket really quick?
I can't with this. I can't with this.
Fried pickles and soft served ice cream in a plastic helmet. Apologize, I took it away without. I don't even think I announced the matchup because Erik lost his mind. To be fair, fried pickles, ice cream in a plastic helmet. Got it? Show me an answer. Yes.
Nah, I mean, I love me some fried pickles, but I've never had fried pickles at a ballpark.
100%. Totally agree with you. All right. Let's move on. The final item on this bracket. Not giving out any bonus points. I haven't given out any bonus points this whole episode. I've tried and I've failed. Let's do it again. 2 points. I'm not even going to go in order. First person to announce what the number 8 seed is.
Sunflower seeds.
Guys got to go quicker. Don't give the guy with the lead the points. Sunflower seeds is the 8 seed. So not only does Robert get the 8 points, first person ever to get bonus points here on Bad Brackets, nachos and sunflower seeds. Shocker, the big man's going to win the food episode. Did you won fast food, right?
Yes, I did. Well, yeah, go ahead and make the fat joke. Fat guy wins again.
I said the big guy. You won Disney villains, so it wasn't just food for you.
I know. I was
Barry won
excited
the
about
cereal
that.
one, so you haven't won all the. But you're stunted as a growth as a child, not eating any chocolate cereals.
I still hear flack from that one.
Yeah, I agree. All right, what moves on? Sunflower seeds or nachos?
Ooh.
Yeah. Not surprised, even with how this got split up. Robert, I know you're the snacky guy. Talk about your sunflower seeds.
It's just the quick in between bites. Like I said, ballparks were all about peanuts. It's a quick bite in between pitches. Same with sunflower seeds. It's a quick hand in, throw it in your mouth. By the time the next pitch comes, you're ready to pop it out and ready to go. I said it. It's all about the little bites. Nothing major, big food item. You're not eating ribs while you're there.
Yeah,
This is a big item for the players.
Yeah, absolutely. They have all sorts of stuff with. I should have put double bubble or whatever that they chew.
Oh, the big league chew.
No, they do double bubble in a lot of the. I'm sure it's a sponsorship too, but all right. Who else moves on to the final four? Nachos or soft served ice cream and the plastic helmet? Eric, you doing okay?
I'm better. I am calm. I am at peace.
I'm surprised.
All
All right. Let's see. I don't know if we're going to get a clean sweep in this one, but I don't know exactly where to go yet. Eric, I think you're a swing vote for me.
Okay.
Let's see it. All right. Ice cream for Eric. If somebody went the opposite way, I think it's Sean. No. Is that a full clean sweep? Oh, my God.
Oh! The
He did
streak
not
is
get-
over!
I was doing so well. But ice cream does move on to the final four.
I when I'm at the ballpark, I want salty to get down that thing that other wheat and barley that needs to be purchased. So,
And I get it, but then at sometimes, especially when you're in the dog days,
Yeah.
July, August, it's hot, it's steaming, and
Mhm.
nice, especially one that you can share in a plastic helmet that you can eventually throw at certain people if they anger you for whatever reason. It's just multifaceted. I'm okay.
Are you sure?
Okay. No, but
He's totally
I'm
declaring
saying-
violence.
All right, here is your final four. See, I had an image of the Philly cheesesteak. It's right there. But it got messed up on the thing. So the Philly cheesesteak versus the hamburger. What goes on to the finals? Now my confidence is rattled. Messed it up.
Welcome to the club, sir.
The problem is this one gets really difficult too.
the problem, Eric, is you're wearing a Rays hat.
Look, you show some love again with the old logo and the old colors, like we do on Fridays at home. The power of the throwbacks compels.
All right, everybody ready? Robert. Sean.
Oh,
Sean, take two. All right, I'm back. New winning streak. Eric, break the tie. burger moves on. Sean, why'd you go Philly cheesesteak?
Man, because the burgers just you can get that anywhere. Sometimes like a cheesesteak, unless you like know the great place to go to. One of the best places to get it is at the park at the stadium. You know, one of the best ones I had was at the AT&T when I could still go.
Totally fair. Hamburger moves on to the final, but what will it go up against? I'm very curious this time. Hot dog or soft served ice cream in the plastic helmet?
You.
Are you crying?
I'm
There's
not.
no crying. There's no crying in baseball.
I knew you
There
was gonna
is
do it.
crying in bad brackets, though.
And the thing is,
It's okay to cry.
I know he's gonna mention that by the full name
Do
every single
Do you
time.
need a tissue? Do you need a tissue?
Not for this.
Do you need a
but
tissue?
All right. Is everybody ready?
begrudgingly ready.
Spell that word. That's the only way you get to use that word.
No,
That's what I tell my
no.
students.
No, I'm
No.
not doing
Me?
spelling words here. No. Eric, let me see yours.
Spelling V is another.
All right.
I was about to
Sean?
spell begrudgingly.
Robert.
Hey, you knew which way I was going, sir.
Yeah. I got it right again. I'm 2 for 2 in the finals. There you go. Your championship match. Hot dog, hamburger. Who is the champion of the classic ballpark foods? And how am I going to decide where to go? Everybody have their answers wrote down.
Yes.
Si, senor.
Sean had no idea what you just said there.
Yeah, definitely not me. Ese está loco.
Ay, Dios mío.
Hold on, I need subtitles. Hold on.
Yes. Right. Look, this is bad brackets. This is a point of viewer. We don't
can-
have
we
a
can
closed
do,
captioning button.
We could do a Spanish version of.
Sean, let me see yours.
That's why it's called the ballpark hot dog.
True. Eric. How is it a clean sweep? It's a clean sweep.
And yes, this
It's
is
all-
for you, Hagen.
It's only 3 bites. It's a snack. It's not a meal.
Hot dog
I mean, that's true.
is your winner. Any thoughts on the bracket in general while I add up your points?
It was going perfect until it didn't.
Yeah?
I did not think you were going to put ice cream on there, so I didn't.
I put ice cream in a plastic helmet.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, and that's why we question chili dog, cheeseburger, sliders, cheeseburger.
Hey, chili cheese dog wasn't part of this bracket. We already talked about.
Oh, yeah, I know. But slider, cheeseburger, meat product on a bun.
Yet it all ended up being winners.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
to
Good stuff
mention,
worked.
Restelli's has done the world a favor by having their like roundish hot dogs that they press together so you can put it between burger buns. They look really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I already showed it up here for a second. Eric, I did give you credit. You put ice cream as your final 4. I put your final 4 pick and I put it in a plastic helmet for you. So you were able to get the 2 points there. Eric had 3 of the 4 final 4 correct. Sean also 3 of the 4 final 4 correct. You both had nachos in your final 4. Big one that I was worried about, and I was hoping somebody would flip-flop near the end. Hot dog was everyone's pick to be the champion. Eric one time did vote against the hot dog, but he got outvoted. So Robert only got one of the final four correct. Did get the champion, but he
I
is
still
going
think
to be
Peanut
your winner.
should have been.
So
Still think Peanut should have been higher. Should have been up there.
I had it as a 2 seed. It's high enough. But Robert, you are our second ever 3-time winner. Joining Eric, 49 points this week. Sean, very respectable 39. And Eric, I have to look at the numbers, but that might be the highest total for a third place result ever. And it is. So congratulations.
Yeah. So I'd like to take this opportunity to say thank you to all the fat guys that go to ballparks and buy the snacks. I couldn't have done this without you. As long as you have your beverage of choice in your hands, bring on the peanuts and hot dogs.
I don't know.
You know those times when you have just a bunch of words in your head and you really can't say a single one? Oh boy. Yeah, remember all those special effects and certain things you mentioned. If you keep this, yeah. They'll be in handy. They'll be handy.
All right. Well, that is going to do it for this week's episode of Bad Brackets. Hot dog is your winner for the best classic ballpark food. Let us know down in the comments below what you liked, what you disliked, what you agreed with, what you disagreed with. Share it with your friends. Do what Robert does and take our wonderful bracket that I put together and take it to the test with your coworkers or your students, in Robert's case. Have a lot of fun. Let us all know what your results are, and we will have a lot of fun with it. Like, comment, subscribe, do the other YouTube-y stuff as well. We'd very much appreciate it. And one of these times, I'm going to remember to say this at the beginning of the episode and not an hour in. But next week's episode is not going to include either of our 3-time winners. But it will include Mr. Sean Garmer, as he will have a chance to go for 3 times, as we have the best WrestleMania is our next episode. And boy, did I have fun putting that bracket together, because wow. The lists online are so varied that I guarantee you all 3 people that are on the show are going to get mad at me at some point for a seeding, and I swear it's not my ranking.
So I want to know how
now you're going to claim it's not your ranking. What?
So I want to know, how can we pay to be in the green room? How can Eric and I sit back and just watch this
you
in the
have
green room?
The login.
I know.
So you guys can hop in the green room all you want. That's totally fine. Eric, if you want to hop in there, you're totally fine as well. But I'm saying they're my rankings, but they're not my personal rankings. I put the rankings together, but they're not all my thoughts and ideas. Again, Jumbo Pretzel would have been a lot higher. Fruit Cup would have been a lot higher if it were my personal rankings. But WrestleMania, it's going to be a really fun one. Getting ready for the 2-night extravaganza. We're going to have so much fun with that one. So tune in next Monday for the best WrestleManias all time. But until then, that's Robert and Eric and Sean. I appreciate them once again for hopping on and helping me decide some kind of weird bracketology and yelling at me for an hour. My therapist appreciates you. He gets a lot of money out of this. So it's absolutely a fantastic time. But don't forget, good brackets do not last forever, but bad brackets do.